Governor Kate Brown has declared drought emergencies in 8 more Oregon counties. Coming up, what kind of help that gives Southern Oregon and how the governor's trying to inform citizens about concerns.
Plus, Southern Oregon women who have served are speaking out about their lives as returning veterans. Coming up, learn about the challenges those women face and how a local group is hoping to raise awareness.
And extra patrols are gearing up to be out in full force for the holiday weekend. Still ahead, how police actually check if you're sober or not.
Watching out for you. This is Newswatch 12 at 6.
A man is recovering right now after a serious crash in White City.
Emergency crews had to airlift him out using a helicopter and taking him to Rogue Regional Medical Center. Authorities say the driver went off the road and hit the tree on the 1700 block of Meadows Road in White City. He was pinned inside that car. No one else was inside. Mercy flights responded and airlifted him out after fire crews extracted him from that vehicle. They say with Memorial Day travel kicking off today, this is a good reminder to slow down.
Today's one of the heaviest travel days of the year. You know, everybody's getting out to go camping. It's the kickoff to summer, and the crashes that we're seeing recently in the Rogue Valley are great reminders that we need to be careful, we need to buckle up, we need to slow down.
The man was conscious and coherent while being rescued. There's no word yet on his condition at the hospital. Police across Southern Oregon are upping patrols for the busy weekend to make sure drivers are being safe.
Part of that is making sure drivers are staying sober and designating a driver if they need one. Newswatch 12's Casey Kirshner is live in Medford now to show us what people do when they think of taking a sobriety test.
Whether it's New Year's Eve, St. Patrick's Day, or Memorial Weekend, police say they tend to see more impaired drivers on the roads on big holidays. So they're also hitting the road, conducting standard sobriety tests. We all know how we think sobriety tests work.
I think they try to make you walk a straight line, and if you can't walk the straight line, then you fail.
1 foot in front of another. Oh boy. 1 foot in front. I haven't been drinking. I just had coffee, that's all.
And sometimes they get that weird blow thing that you have to blow into to check your alcohol level.
Put your arms out and touch your nose.
Stand on 1 foot, different things to see if you're balanced, I guess.
I think I've seen count backwards from 100.
While police say some of those are right, it's not usually the production that many people think.
Usually the officers do the 3 standard battery tests, which are the horizontal gaze nystagmus. This is where the officer looks at the eyes. They'll do a physical test, divided attention test, which is the walk and turn, 9-step walk and turn, heel to toe, and then they'll do the 1-leg stand.
Medford officers say the 3 methods have been tested and retested, leaving little room for error when it comes to confirming someone is impaired, with a few exceptions.
Obviously, if we have an elderly gentleman get out of the car with a cane, we're not going to be having him do the walk and turn, the 1-leg stand. That just isn't applicable. So then you would fall back on some other approved field sobriety tests.
And there are also the rumors to beating the tests.
They fail to blow, basically. They pretend like they're blowing, but they're not. But the machine tells us whether or not it's actually getting air inside of it.
And more patrols for Memorial Day means if you're planning on driving this weekend, make sure you haven't been drinking, or you may have to take the test.
It's just so much safer to take a cab, call for somebody you know sober, have that lined up before you even start drinking, and when in doubt, call those people or walk home or find just a different way.
Police also say that driving on Oregon roads gives implied consent to sobriety tests. That means if you refuse, you actually face a fine and could also have a suspended license. Saturation patrols will begin tonight, and they'll last through Tuesday. Live in Medford, Casey Kirshner, Newswatch 12.
And stay with Newswatch 12 over the holiday weekend on our website, kdarea.com, for local events, updates, and more. City of Grants Pass is celebrating its 56th Boatnik weekend, bringing in thousands of tourists, attractions, and vendors. Riverside Park has been transformed into the venue for the carnival and vendor area. Some of today's events were bingo, a golf shootout, and the first round of boat exhibitions. Tonight at dusk, the event will close out for the day with a fireworks display. For vendors, the success of the event keeps them coming back every year.
We had a very good show, and it's a very great organization that's working with the children in the area, so that's why we're back to support it.
The 173rd Fighter Wing in Klamath Falls plans to fly its fighter jets over Boatneck on Monday. The Oregon Air National Guard will fly over Riverside Park at noon in honor of the weekend. The Oregon National Guard has been an integral part of the nation's air defense since 1941. Well, women in Southern Oregon are opening up about their experiences in the military. Right now, more than 350,000 American women are serving in the armed forces.
1 in 4 of those serving are expected to be women in the next 10 years. Newswatch 12's Laura Painter shows us how female veterans are raising awareness this Memorial Day weekend about women's issues in the military.
Can do that. Oh, there I am. My terrible haircut.
Chandra York served in Afghanistan for the U.S. Navy, and she worked in a prison there. Looking through her medals and awards, Chandra began to tear up.
It makes me proud, and I still have to remember that there's people still over there fighting, and I'm really thankful for them.
The women here served in the U.S. Navy and Army, both abroad and stateside, and they say they're as tough as, if not tougher, than the men they trained and served alongside.
I remember us doing push-ups, sit-ups, which I'm not the most fit person, but it wasn't a big deal for me. I could pass all the requirements. But I saw the guys that are 10 years younger than me, they would just do push-ups and throw up.
Some of the issues they encountered during their service include relationships, health care, and uniforms. One veteran says there weren't combat boots for women, and she had to wear smaller men's sizes, which resulted in daily wear and tear on her knees.
The orthopedic surgeon said that women, the shoes are not built for women, and so women do have a lot of knee and feet problems because of the combat boots that they give us.
Chandra says she suffered from PTSD when she returned home.
I just feel that now that time's gone on and I'm starting to heal some of those wounds, it's gotten a little bit easier, but it's still hard.
All the women agree on their advice for women thinking to join the military.
It just depends on your personal perspective, how you see things and what you're going to make out of them.
Those women want to start a support group for other female veterans, as well as female-centered trips with the team Overland, another veteran support group in Southern Oregon.
A portion of Interstate 5 is now reopened in time for Memorial Day travelers. The Oregon Department of Transportation has finished its project on the Exit 61 northbound off-ramp near Merlin. The off-ramp is back open. Construction's cleared for now, but work will continue to improve the Merlin interchange area throughout the summer. Drivers should be aware of possible delays in the future.
Klamath County Police are looking for the person responsible for a bomb scare at a library. The state bomb squad responded to the threat of what police call an incendiary device. Police say someone put that device there, and it could have started a fire or other serious damage. That all happened before the library opened yesterday morning. The library director, Christy Davis, was there when maintenance crews spotted the device. She says everyone remained calm during the evacuation of the library. Police say it was made of simple household items and was very easy to hide. The state bomb squad used robots to safely defuse that device. Police say even though it was very small, it was capable of doing a lot of damage. Anyone with information should contact the Klamath Falls Police.
Oregon State Police continue the investigation into a fatal crash on Highway 140 in Klamath Falls. The woman killed in the fiery crash has not yet been identified. Police tell us the medical examiner is looking into her dental records. That victim's body is in very bad condition.
The man police say stole everything except the kitchen sink from a Rogue River home last year is finally answering for his crimes. Frank Wheeler began his trial today. He's accused of breaking into several homes in Jackson and Josephine County in January of last year. Officials arrested him in about a month and say he stole $90,000 worth of property. He's facing several charges, including theft and drug possession. His trial is expected to continue next week.
Private forest landowners in Jackson County can get up to $1 million this year to help reduce the threat of wildfires and improve forest health. Eligible landowners can receive payments from the National Resources Conservation. That's for doing things like tree and shrub pruning, pre-commercial thinning, and more. To be considered for this fund, you have to submit an application by June 26th. We have that information on our website, kdrv.com. Well, Jackson and Josephine counties are among 8 that Governor Kate Brown is issuing a drought emergency for. The governor's declaration allows increased flexibility in how water is managed to ensure limited supplies are used efficiently. In an effort to raise awareness of the dry conditions, Governor Brown is releasing a public service announcement that also launches the hashtag Oregon Drought campaign. People throughout Oregon can use that hashtag to keep informed of the current conditions.
In drought-stricken California, regulators have accepted a historic offer by farmers to make a 25% voluntary water cut, doing so to avoid deeper mandatory losses during the drought. Several hundred farms made the offer after officials warned that there were days away from ordering some of the first cuts in more than 30 years to the senior water rights holders. The state has already mandated a 25% conservation by cities and towns. A 4.1 magnitude earthquake jolted parts of Napa Valley yesterday. No one was injured and there was little damage reported. In August, a magnitude 6 quake struck Napa. It killed one person and injured hundreds more. It also cost millions in damage, including to Napa's wine country. The U.S. Geological Survey is happy to report this quake did not cause that kind of damage.
Now, your first forecast with Chief Meteorologist Kate McKenna.
Well, we started the day with a little bit of rainfall for the Rogue Valley, but now those showers have moved into Northern California and mainly east of the Cascades, seeing a few lightning strikes earlier this afternoon, but it's a little more quiet this evening. Let's take a look at the radar loop playing from the past 12 hours. You can see that light rain moving through Jackson County all along the Cascades, making its way down towards the south. And once again, now we're seeing just a few showers lingering into Northern California and the Klamath Basin. A few lightning strikes there popping up mainly earlier this afternoon. We did pick up some measurable rainfall, but Medford only reporting 1/100th of an inch at the airport. Same thing goes for Montague. A few hundredths of an inch for Mount Shasta City and Klamath Falls, but Alturas just over 1/4 of an inch. As we zoom in, Joe and Dunsmuir did not see any measurable rainfall today, but Don and Buncombe around 3/100ths of an inch. Further towards the north, Kitten, Charlie, and Wonder 5/100ths of an inch. Carmel and Shady Cove around 1/4, and Nancy in Prospect 1/2 inch of rain since midnight. This is what we're seeing around the area currently. Mostly cloudy skies for Medford. Mount Shasta City reporting some showers, and along the coast, Brookings reporting sunshine. Temperatures in the lower 60s. All through the region, our temperatures mainly in the 50s and 60s. So for tonight, mostly cloudy skies, but a few showers possible early for places like Mount Shasta City and Klamath Falls. Our overnight lows mainly in the 40s and 50s. We'll talk more about your forecast for the rest of the weekend, including that Boatnick forecast and what's coming for Memorial Day. It's all later.
Memorial Day is the unofficial start of the summer travel season. Coming up, how everything from the car you drive to the price at the pump will impact your traveling this Memorial Day weekend.
Plus, a Southern Oregon boy who inspired the nation with his wish to be a superhero for a day. Coming up, we'll give you a look at the official trailer for Bat Kid Begin.